2 realsies and a Whopper, the Whoopee Cushion edition. And this round is dedicated to my buddy Jay, who says, quote, "This is a lot of potty humor." Jay, this is a history lesson on the Whoopee Cushion, so stand by for this. There's redeeming qualities for this. We were talking about the original names for the Whoopee Cushion, as we all know it. All right, so I've given you 3 choices, 3 different names for what Whoopee Cushions were originally called, and I'm challenging you to guess which of these names I made up. So 2 of them are true, 1 of them is false. That's the Whopper. We're seeing if you can smell the Whopper. We're going to go first to Florida now, where Sydney and Zoe are standing by. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Okay, so Whoopee Cushions were originally called Boop Boop-a-Doops, Poo-Poo Cushions, or Gas Patties. Which one is the Whopper?
I think that the Whopper is Poo-Poo Cushion.
Poo-Poo Cushions. You think, and is that Sydney?
Yes.
Okay, what about you, Zoe?
I agree with, I think the Whopper's the fart one.
I never said that word. I never say that word in life. I don't like that word. It's gross. The choices are Poo-Poo-a-Doo or Boop Boop-a-Doops, Poo-Poo Cushions, or Gas Patties. Which one do you think is the Whopper?
Gas Patties.
Gas Patties. All right, we got 1 for Poo-Poo Cushions, 1 for Gas Patties. Sydney and Zoe, stand by. Keep listening. You'll find out if you are correct. Let's go to Mark and his dad, Alan, in New Hampshire. Good morning, buddies.
Hi.
All right, do you smell a Whopper here? Is it Boop Boop-a-Doops, Poo-Poo Cushions, or Gas Patties?
What do you think, Mark?
Boop-a-Doo.
Mark is saying Boop Boop-a-Doops.
Poop-poop-a-doop.
And you're saying Boop Boop-a-Doops?
I think Gas Patty, but he says poop-poop-a-doop.
Okay, so we got a Boop Boop-a-Doops and a Gas Patty. Would you like fries with that? All right.
Yes, an order of fries and a shake, please.
You got it. Thank you for calling. Keep listening. You'll find out if you are correct. Let's go to Florida now, where Sophia is standing by. Sophia, you smell the Whopper here?
Yep, I think it's Boop-Boop-a-Doo.
You think it's Boop Boop-a-Doops. Okay, so we've got 2 for Boop Boop-a-Doops, 1 for Poo-Poo Cushions, and 2 for Gas Patties. All right, you guys ready for the answer? Whoopee Cushions were originally called Boop Boop-a-Doops and Poo-Poo Cushions. So everyone who guessed Gas Patties as the Whopper, you were correct. Gas Patties was totally made up. So when we come back, actually, you know what? I'm going to tell you a little bit about the history real quick of Whoopee Cushions. So Whoopee Cushions were actually invented back in 1930 in Toronto, Canada at the Gem Rubber Company. And they had been tinkering around with what they called tooting air sacs at the beginning. Before they'd even completely invented it. It was probably like an accidental thing. So they were playing around with rubber tooting air sacs in 1930. And their earliest attempts at Whoopee Cushions featured wooden mouthpieces. So I guess you didn't sit on them, you blew into them. Well, the people at the Gem Rubber Company who invented this tooting air sac took it to a man named Sorensen Adams, and he was known as the father of the novelty prank. And so he was the guy responsible for joy buzzers and sneezing powder and the snake in the can gag. But when they brought him the original Whoopee Cushion, he was like, I don't know. I mean, I am all about practical jokes, but flatulent baggies? I don't know. This whole idea seems indelicate. And so then the rubber company people just decided to go on making them without him. Finally, Adam saw how successful these original Whoopee Cushions were. He finally gave in and said, all right, I'll get behind these things. I will help you sell these. I'll embrace them as a new prank. And so he did. So they started calling them Boop Boop-a-Doops and Poo-Poo Cushions. But Whoopee was not added. Whoopee Cushions didn't come around until 2 years later. Whoopee is a word dating back to the 1860s that means an exclamation of exuberant joy. It also meant exuberant or boisterous merrymaking. That's the way I'm going to look at toots from now on. It's just an expression of exuberant, boisterous merrymaking. And so Adams, at that time, actually started calling them raspberry cushions. You know, a raspberry you make with your mouth, like. But after a while, they started calling them whoopee cushions, and the rest is history. So there you go. Whoopee cushions go all the way back to your great-grandparents and beyond. So ask the oldest person in your family if they've ever sat on a whoopee cushion, and the answer will probably be yes. But all of these different names for whoopee cushions, boop-boop-a-doops, poo-poo cushions, gas patties, flatulent baggies, tooting air sacs, and raspberry cushions, got me thinking, what other names could we come up with for whoopee cushions? So if you are listening right now, and we're going back to the year 1930, and we're all employees of the Gem Rubber Company in Toronto, Canada, I want you to imagine that you were tasked with coming up with a name for the whoopee cushion before it even existed, before a name they even had a name. Call me up and tell me what you would name the whoopee cushion. So I want you to get creative here and think of a new name for the whoopee cushion. I want to hear what you come up with. 1-866-328-2345. It's the Absolutely Mindy Show on Kids Place Live, looking for new names for the old whoopee cushion. 1-866-328-2345.